Hey everybody, I'm Sara, and you are listening to Let's Talk About, where thoughts are explored. It's a podcast where I invite a friend, the new and the old, on each episode to discuss a cause they're passionate about or something that's close to them. You are basically listening in on us having a genuine and honest chat about something you've probably experienced or thought of. I hope one or many of these episodes will resonate with you. On today's episode, I have a very good friend of mine, well, a good friend of 10 years now, Tanya.
Hi guys.
And so today's episode is quite a deep one, and so if any of you find this quite personal or find it a bit hard to swallow the first time around, that's okay. Take a break, come back to it whenever you feel ready. So we're discussing eating disorders, which we have both experienced and continue to experience. And I want to talk about it specifically with Tanya because I think we've always both known of each other's issues with food and with eating. And we've both always been very, very honest with each other, I guess, especially in recent years. I think it's come out very recently.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk about it, and also because it's such a big taboo that our society faces, and that we're still not, appreciating, I guess, in a way, mental health issues, but also the different forms of them, and eating disorders being one of them. And so we're going to be addressing that today. So do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys. So my name's Tanya. I've known Sara for 10 years. And we've been through many ups and downs together, but it's been a great ride. And today we're going to talk about a really personal issue that I've had to kind of fight for a big chunk of my life. And I'm doing this because I think it's going to be kind of therapeutic, a bit good for me, and I'm hoping that if somebody is going through the same thing, that they know they're not crazy, like it's normal. Well, it's not normal, but
it's common.
It's common. It happens, and it's okay. So,
did you think you were crazy when you were going through it?
Yeah, I still think I'm crazy.
Okay.
Well, just because, I don't know if I think I'm crazy for having it, but, having an eating disorder I don't think is normal, just because of how I see, my friends and other people, how their relationship with food or body image is, and how mine is. I'm something's not right, because it's not supposed to be this draining, this stressful, when food is an amazing thing. You shouldn't be crying about it. So, I think that's what really gets me sometimes.
Understood. So let's rewind a bit. We jumped straight in.
Straight in, yeah.
Let's rewind and let's go to... Give me a bit of background. So you do yours and I'll do mine. So when did it start? Or when did you realise it was a problem? Because sometimes we don't think it's a problem until maybe a year down, 2 years down, 5 months, 2 days, whenever. And then what was it for you?
Okay.
So what was the
personal
experience?
I've always just been very self-conscious of the way I look, and that wasn't necessarily tied to my weight. At first it was to do with my skin, because I had really bad skin from a very, very young age. Yeah. So I was just always extra conscious of how things were looking. And then I actually went on the pill at a very young age. Because I had irregular periods, and that caused me to gain a lot of weight very quickly. So I think I was at my heaviest when I was about 12, 13.
Okay.
And I didn't really notice it because, I didn't try to put on weight. It was just because of my hormones and whatever. But, I think it was that sudden realisation that clothes weren't fitting. Or in pictures, I had a double chin, and I would compare pictures. I'm like, oh wow, I look so different. And then at first it started out healthy. So at first it was just, I want to lose weight, I want to get this all off me. But I think I was just I wasn't patient. I've never been a patient person. I always want quick results.
No, likewise, yeah.
I was obviously really young as well. I think I started to think about losing weight seriously when I was 14, so going into GCSE.
Yeah, so around year 9, year 10.
Year 9, year 10. So I was I need to lose this weight. This is disgusting. Whatever.
Oh, so you saw the excess weight as
yeah. So at this point, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm why do I have this extra chub on me?
Okay.
So then I started to lose weight, and at first it was going well. We had a cross trainer at home, and I would exercise and I would eat healthy and whatever. And then as soon as I saw some weight dropping, I was like, okay, so this is working. So surely if I eat even less, it should come off quicker. Yeah. So that was honestly just the trigger for everything. So I started starving myself really quickly. So I would starve and then I would exercise crazy. I think my earliest memory, I'm thinking I would burn about 1,000 calories on that cross trainer. So I would...
You were going hard on that.
2 hours, yeah. I would just be listening to music, doing whatever, on watching TV, on the cross trainer, just making it seem like it's not exercise, it's just part of a daily thing. Like, I need to do this.
It's a hobby.
Like, it's a hobby. Like, this is a ritual that I need to do.
Mm.
So I would be exercising like crazy. And at this point, my mum and dad were also like, you know, calm down. Like, it's not that deep. Like,
okay, so they weren't pushing you to lose this weight.
See, my dad did say to me.
Okay, yeah.
My dad did say like, oh.
Remark.
He did throw in some remarks here and there, like, you know, you should watch what you eat, like stuff like. But I don't think he meant it in a malicious way.
No, of course,
like he didn't mean it in like a vindictive way or anything. But
that remark did stick.
It always sticks. Yeah. That's the thing. Like,
true.
And I know it doesn't. I don't blame him at all, because I know, it didn't come from a bad place. But I think when you're just so young and you're like, you
impressionable.
So you eat up anyone whenever someone says something to you, it just sticks automatically. So he did throw in some remarks here and there, but then they never really pressured me like, you need to lose weight, like, you're fat. Like, then it was never like that. I think it was very self-inflicting for me.
Okay.
Maybe even school, I think, had a bit of an effect, because I kind of labeled myself from, like, I mean we went to the same school, so you know there wasn't really such a thing as bullying. It was so small. I don't think you could directly bully someone like that. But just remarks here and there, like, you know, you're not, I mean, you know, who's the skinniest in the class? So that's her, it's her, and your name not being mentioned, like, it's like, okay, so clearly I'm the fat one then.
Yeah.
So just like stuff like that, I would just think a lot, like overthink things. So
originally you were talking about this cross trainer.
So this cross trainer, I would exercise like crazy on this cross trainer, and I lost a lot of weight very quickly, like to the point. I mean, no one really noticed at school though, which was very surprising.
We were in very baggy clothing.
Exactly.
That's really why.
So no one really noticed at school, which is kind of, I was like, oh, so no one's saying anything. Like, why is no one saying anything?
That.
Yeah, I was like,
oh my God, you lost so much weight.
I wanted someone to say that. And no one said that until year 11. So this is towards the end now in Arabic class. And it was our Arabic teacher, and she really knows. She was like, wow, you have become half the size. Like, what's happening? And I was like, I mean, she was worried. But me, I was delighted. Like, I was so happy. I was like, finally,
you felt seen.
Do you know what I mean? And then I was like, yeah. And then after that, my parents were like, my mum was like, oh, okay. I mean, I was at a healthy weight. I wasn't underweight. I was at a good weight. And then, so my mum was like, yeah, you look good. Like, clothes started fitting better, the clothes that I wanted to wear. I mean, I used to live in skinny jeans. So just the way I looked in the mirror, I liked it. But I think the problem happened when I had to maintain that weight.
Yeah.
And me being a natural food lover, like, I love food. And I don't know how I managed to lose. I think I lost, so, I mean, I can say the numbers, it's not that deep. I went from 69 kilograms to about 51.
Okay, so that's around 20 kilos. No, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so I think my lowest was 51. So for 5'2", that's not like crazy. Like, it was an alright.
It's more the time period that you lost that weight in.
Yeah, so I lost it from like mid-year 9 to early year 11.
Okay.
So it wasn't, I mean, but my weight would fluctuate a lot, because I would also have phases in that where I would come off it for a week or two and then get back onto it and make sure I burned 2,000 calories in a day then. When someone noticed it, it was in year 11, and that kind of stamped it for me, like, yes, I'm at my goal weight, I look good, it's great. Yeah. Then I think it's just like that unhealthy mindset of, oh, I want to get even tinier, like, I would look better. It's addictive. Like, when you see that you look good, like, that's something that sticks with me now. Like, I just feel like I look so much better when my weight's lower. Like, I compare pictures and I'm like, yeah, I look great at here, but now I can just see that chub on my face and I just don't like it. So yeah, maintaining that weight is where I think really triggered everything. I became a binge eater then, because I love food naturally, and letting it go was hard. But then once I got back to it, I just got back to it so hard. I would start eating so much, and I'm like, as long as I burn it off, it's okay. Like, it's okay. But then you get
thinking that it's this kind of it's a well balanced diet. It's like, it's
like I would calculate. So I was very calorie conscious, so I would calculate that I ate 1,500. I need to burn 1,500, so it's 0. But your body breathes, like, your body's working, you're naturally burning calories in your sleep, so that's an unhealthy mindset in itself. Yeah, burning those calories, and then it just got worse and worse from there, to be honest. Like,
so before we get into the worst bit, just to give a bit of background, because we mentioned this school, so it was a very small school, about 10 of us in the class, so I mean small 10 of us in the year,
tiny.
Only one class in the year. And it's true when people do say that, I think who's around you does influence you. I mean, I had that, my dad was like that with me. I don't think he was doing it, as you said, maliciously. It was more, I care for you, I don't want you to be obese or overweight. It's almost a fear for them.
Of course.
But I think sometimes the comments do stick. Well, they do stick, not sometimes.
100%,
they do stick.
yeah.
I don't think they don't think they stick. So for them, it's almost surprising if you now turn around and say, Dad, do you know that this comment actually affected me?
100%.
You'd be like, wait, what? Like, no, what do you mean?
They never realise.
Yeah, exactly. But your subconscious is just absorbing everything in. And I had that. I see comments like, oh, your cheeks look really full. Or like having someone pinch your cheeks. Like where I'm from, like people pinch your cheeks and it's like, oh, you got fat cheeks. And it's like, okay, well, great. Now I'm self-conscious about my cheeks and smiling and looking like a chipmunk. Personal question, but were you obsessively weighing yourself?
See, I did not have access to I didn't have a weigh machine at home.
Okay.
At that period of time. But now, I weigh myself. Recently, it's only like once every week or once every 10 days. Before, it would be like twice a week, before and after exercise. So, I think I'm happy that I didn't have I had any access to a weighing machine back when I was, like, at the start, because it would have been so much worse if I did.
Imagine, yeah.
I think I only weighed myself once when I was 69, and that was at somebody's house, and I was like, whoa, 69? Like, I don't know, I was 69, and that kind of started everything off. And then when I lost it at the gym, I went one time, just on a one-off, and there was a weighing machine there, and I weighed myself, and I was 51, and I was like, okay. So it just kind of went full circle. But then afterwards, a few years later, I bought a weighing machine. I tried to weigh myself.
I guess in a way, I really started when I was, I'm going to say like year 11. For me, it was year 11 where I started.
Did I have any effect on that?
No. Well, I had someone else in my life that was very toxic, continuously fat shaming me a lot. Like I was a cow. And I think, being called things like, cow, or like, you're too heavy for this, or like, it was a male. So I took that opinion even more like sacredly.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And so for me, it was like, oh, like, am I too fat to even, attract? When you go into year 11, you start having those thoughts. Am I attractive? Do you guys like me? Blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that was a big thing for me, where I was like, oh, I'm so fat, I need to lose this weight.
Yeah.
And I didn't even weigh myself. I was just like, yeah, I need to lose loads of weight really quickly. What do I do? And I just stopped eating. Like I had one bowl of cereal a day.
You never ate lunches.
Yeah.
I never said anything at the time.
And that was the worst thing. Like my friends at school were like, did you not bring lunch? And I was like, I'm not hungry. And I was starving. All you have to do is follow the 1,000 calorie per day meal plan. And I was like, this is great. This is literally like my golden ticket into like losing weight.
Yeah.
I'll have one bowl of cereal a day. Then I'll just have a bit of fruit and drink loads of water. I was drinking 3 litres of water just to fill up for the hunger.
Yeah.
And funny that you actually mentioned that comment, because we were doing a charity, like, we used to do this charity bake sales.
Yeah.
There's charity bake sales. And I think in the charity bake sales, I didn't eat anything, like, the whole day. And got to this afternoon bake sale, and I was like, I'm so hungry. And I think I picked up a slice of cake. And then one girl in our class was like, oh, wow, so you're finally going to eat now? And I was like, no, why? Why would you say that? I put the slice down. I put the slice down, and I was like, no, like, no. And I was just there, and I felt embarrassed. Yeah. It was weird. I felt embarrassed to eat.
Yeah.
Because no one had ever seen me eat.
Yeah.
Like, at school, I wouldn't bring anything for lunch. I would just skip lunch break, everything. And I feel like it stemmed from that. And of course, I lost the weight very quickly.
Yeah,
Then I was working out like mad. Like running in the park on no food. And then again, it was a comment from a teacher that was like, wow, like your uniform is so big on you. And I was like, yes.
I think I know which teacher.
Yeah, it was euphoric. I felt like I was on a high. I was
yeah.
Oh my God, like, yes, I'm finally beautiful. That's the first thing I thought.
I finally look good.
Yeah, but now going on to the maintaining, that was when it really started. Like, and that's the sad thing. This isn't even the disorder in my mind. Like, I was starving myself, finding this ideal. And do you know what the worst thing is for me when I was that age? Is that I told a friend recently, and he laughed his head off when I said this. But like, I used to open Pinterest, and I used to I used to put like really junk food images on Pinterest, and that would fill me up.
Really? I've always wanted to be able to like fulfill my hunger like that, but it doesn't work.
When I was younger,
I swear I get hungry.
When I was younger, I would. So it's just no, I'm not going to say disgusting because that's shaming it, and that's not going to work. But I used to sit in bed on my laptop, and it's so funny.
That's kind of sick. I'm not. You're saying disgusting. I'm saying that's kind of sick.
It's not, because I go to bed really hungry. I'd open my laptop, and other people do other stuff at night on their laptop. I was there on Pinterest looking at food. And like, oh my God, I was like, this looks so good, and I wouldn't feel hungry.
Wow, that was my goal at one point. I think some days it is my
please,
goal.
Please, no, don't say that, because it's part of this. You're psychologically just like accepting there's a problem.
Yeah.
But go on to your maintaining. So what then happens? So you've reached this weight. You're happy. You're euphoric. Great. That's maintaining the weight. When you loved food. So
yeah, so that's when binge eating comes into play.
Yeah.
So I would have short periods of time where I would starve, then short period of time where I would binge eat. So just, I love chocolate, I love ice cream, I love sweets. Like, I would just eat whatever. Like, at home I would have 2 plates, like seconds, thirds. Like, I just, it's not even just eating junk, I just love food in general.
Yeah.
And then I would be like, oh my god, I probably put 2-3 kilos on, I need to starve now. So then I would starve for like a week or 2 weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I think when it became really problematic is when our exercise machine broke.
Okay.
So the cross trainer broke at home. My
you
loyal
must have
friend
felt at an all-time low.
Yeah, and I was pressuring my mum and dad, like, we need to buy another one, and they're like, yeah, we'll buy one. And that's when I actually turned to laxatives.
Yeah, so I remember when you mentioned these.
Yeah.
You told me this for many years.
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone this, like, for so long. So I turned into laxatives because I thought I'm working out at home, but I have no way to measure the calories I'm burning. Like, I just felt really kind of, it was really chaotic in my head. Like, how much have I eaten? How much have I burned? I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I was like, do you know what? What if I just poo out everything I ate? Clearly that's going to go out to 0, right? So I turned to laxatives very early on, and I also...
What age are we talking here?
So I think this must have been this when I was in 6th form.
Okay, so
12.
16 to 18, yeah.
So
So 17 years old.
Yeah, 16, 17.
Yeah.
For a short period of time, I used to make myself vomit as well.
Okay.
In year 11. So this was at the end of year 11, when I'm starting to maintain my weight. And this was only because sometimes after eating, I would just feel so low.
Okay.
That I would want it to come back out.
Okay.
So
was that guilt? You felt guilty for
eating?
eating?
I felt guilty for eating it. And I could... It's so weird because sometimes I would actually feel the food in my stomach. Okay. Like, I even have days now where when I eat a lot, I can physically feel my double chin growing. It's so weird. And I have to, like, wrap a scarf around my neck when I'm out and stuff because I'm like... It's the weirdest sensation because I can feel it inside my body, which is, I know, purely psychological because...
How can you? But it's interesting that you mentioned that.
It's really weird. So so I was,
and that just feeds into the guilt because you're like, wow, I can feel the weight going on.
So, but the thing is, I'm not a naturally pukey person. Like, I don't puke very easily.
It's a lot of effort.
It was like those times. It was painful to make myself puke because I have to really get down there to make it come out.
Understood.
And it was not a nice feeling. So I did it quite a few times, and then afterwards I got tired because it would genuinely hurt. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
It was strenuous work, yeah.
I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like my body would just be aching from all that effort I was putting in to make myself vomit.
When you were doing this, did anyone know?
No, no one knew.
No one knew.
No one knew at all. So this was all me,
private,
myself, yeah.
Personal, yeah.
And so that's why I turned to laxatives later on because I was like, it's easier. It was hella painful because I went crazy and I was taking like 8. 7, 8, which is so dangerous. I think I was going on holiday.
Also, had that pressure as well. Then
I was going on holiday that year for like I was going on a big holiday that year with my family, and I was like, I want to look nice, so that's why I was doing it. Now I think that's when it was at its worst. Now, if I compare it to now, like in that sense, now it's much better. Like I don't take. I mean, last time I took laxatives was first year university, so
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So after, and then my sister found out, and she was like, "I'm gonna tell mum." So I haven't taken any since.
Did your sister have a conversation about it, or just immediately I'm going to tell mum?
I mean, she's younger than me, so she was like, "This is bad. Like, there's ways to do it. Like, there's right ways to do it." But I think what in society, or friends and family don't understand. Like, even if I want to lose weight healthily now, I can't do it. Like, I'm not capable.
You go straight into that mindset of
for the past 2-3 years, like, I've tried not to, laxatives, vomiting. I'm trying really hard not to do that because, I know it's really bad. So what I do now is mostly just yo-yo dieting. So I will starve. I will go on, I recently went on a 900 calorie diet for like 4 days. So you lose about 2-3 kilos. But then, so you look good for about 2-3 weeks, that stays off, but then I just go back to eating because I'm tired, and then it'll come back on. So this cycle has been going on for about 3 years now, where I lose some weight, then I put it back on, then I lose some weight, then I put it back on. So that mindset in itself is just so draining, because it's like, I just want to feel good. It's not even about looking good anymore. Like, I think I'm over that stage. I just want to feel good.
Do you still binge?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think it's to that extreme anymore.
Okay.
But I think because I just go on such extreme diets, my binging is like having 2 plates of dinner.
I think when I I think, do you know what it is? I think it's the age that just doesn't help. You're in an age where you're very self-conscious, like your teenage years, and you're also hormonal. You're also like starting to kind of understand your body more, and then like binging comes around, and you're like, this is the easy way out. Like I'll starve, but then I'll manage to enjoy like all the crappy food I want to eat. I can still have it. All I have to do is starve 3 days, and then like have my one big binge. I lost all that weight end of year 11. I was happy. I had the best summer of my life because I was like the skinniest I've ever been.
I remember you became half your size, man.
I think I lost like 25-30 kilos. I lost a lot of weight.
That's
and the worst
insane.
And you know what the worst thing was? I used to touch myself and be like, I can feel my bones. Yes, I've achieved. I used to like feel my rib cage, my pelvis. When I would lay down, I could feel like really in, and I was like, yeah, this
seeing
is
your ribs in the mirror is like, and it's one of the highest highs I've ever felt. I was like,
but it's so sad. That's what it is. Like now looking at it, I mean, to an extent, I still have problems with food, 100% in my body. To think that I used to get so happy when I touch my shoulders and feel my bones, it's like, why? And although I'm going to come on to the why in a second as to why, that is a very common thing with a lot of girls and boys. But in terms of the binging, yeah, like for me, I'd finished sixth form. There was a Sainsbury next to the station, like a little Sainsbury local. I used to go into Sainsbury local every single day, and I spent around £3-4, and then I'd just like eat, stuff my face, and then I'd finish, I could no longer eat anymore. Yeah. I'd feel physically sick, and then I'd be like, oh my god, what about the rest of the food? Because I couldn't finish all the food I'd buy. Yeah. Then I'd throw it in the bin. I'd get off the train, throw it in the bin. I was like, I can't bring this home. Yeah. Imagine if my dad picked me up from school, like, what is this food? So I'd get questions, so I'd throw it in the bin. Then it never happened. I'd get home, I'd feel physically sick. And so that was the thing, that I was starving myself, binging. And then, obviously, I started to put on weight because it wasn't cancelling out. Yeah. I was still studying. I was still eating more than what I was burning. And then I just started eating just unhealthily continuously. Yeah. And then, I reached uni and I was like, I have to face this. Like, something's seriously wrong. I was burning money. I was spending so much money on this junk food. And then, I started uni. And I think with uni, it got a little bit better. I don't know what it was that changed in me. I think it was a change of scenery. I think it was also, I became a bit more accepting of who I am. Yeah. When I was a kid, if you told me I was a big girl, I would literally just, like, cry. I'd cry. If you told me I was the biggest girl in the class, I'd cry. I've always been big. I've always had, thick thighs, which when I was a kid, I was bullied for. And then, like, now it's, it's trending. Yeah. But... And now I don't care. I'm a big girl. I'll say it. I'm bigger than a lot of girls, and that's fine. Yeah. But I think ingrained in me, there's that thing of, but skinny is better. Yeah. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the glorification of skinny. I think that we both are affected by that.
It's just everywhere in the media. Like, I think from when I was at my youngest, even when I was like 3 years old and I couldn't speak English, I would be watching Pakistani dramas with my mum. You wouldn't, like, the main lead, she would never be fat. She would be skinny. Well, not even skinny, but slim. Yeah. She would be a nice weight that everyone wants to look like. With the rise of social media and all these stars and models, and they're always just skinny. And
that's the thing. We didn't get the body positivity.
No, when we were growing up, that's when your brain is like growing and absorbing everything like a sponge. We didn't get any body positivity then. So now, when I see like people promoting body image and loving your curves and whatever, I'm like, okay, great, she's a model, good for her, but I still want to be skinny, like really and truly, like that's not my goal.
Do you know what, and it's interesting because I've mentioned this to my mum and some friends before, and I was like, I'm scrolling through a magazine or I see it on a cover, and when I do see sometimes certain models, I do honestly think like, but no, that's not right. That's even if I'm a big girl, I'm like, no, like I am overweight, I am fat, I am not beautiful in this way, because growing up, we had very, very skinny models. We're talking about Victoria's Secret angels.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I used to watch that obsessively.
Same.
Yeah. For me, it was like, that's what I want to be.
Same. Yeah. Oh my god, like Miranda Kerr.
And that was
Adriana.
That was ribs. That was ribs.
Yeah, that was
ribs and pelvis bones. And I was like, oh my god, there was that. And then there was the whole... For me, it's Tumblr as well. When I got onto Tumblr, that was just abused.
Oh, that was like thigh gap galore.
That was thigh gap era.
So bad.
I was never going to get one. I was never going to get one.
I wanted one so bad. I was like, there must be a way. But then I just came to the conclusion, I'm like, nah, my bones, my pelvis is just not shaped for a thigh gap. But I tried so hard.
Can you imagine? That was trending. Like
crazy. Do you know what I mean? And so you can't expect me to just... accept body positivity in like a overnight. It's not gonna happen. In recent years, I think with the Fenty show, that was really good. Like I on that show, I thought I saw every kind of woman there, like, with short, tall, curvy, cellulite, hourglass, skinny. I think that so I think maybe slowly we're getting there. But then I feel like what our base is on, what our foundation is. It's just, I mean, for myself, it's just so deeply ingrained.
But it's like, will we ever be able to let go of that? That's something. I mean, do you think you'll ever be able to let go of wanting to be skinny and thinking that skinny is this like finding like socially acceptable like status, or will you eventually be like, this is the body I have, I want to be healthy, hands down, that's like priority?
Yeah.
But do you think you'll be able to just like be accepting of your body?
I really want to be like, I'm not gonna lie, this is so, you know, I kind of joke about it. I'm very open. So with my close friends, I think, yeah, so with my really close friends, I'm really open about it. Everyone knows if you know me well, you know I have issues. And I kind of, my way of coping with it is like, I just joke about it, downplay it. But then inside, it's really draining. Like, it's so tiring. Some days I have to cancel day outs because I just don't feel good. Or like some of my friends, I feel like are so much smaller than me. When I go out with them and I come back, I genuinely feel so bad, like, about how I look. And they're lovely girls, like some of my closest friends, but they're so small. I feel like they're so small next to me. You know, even if we had the best day and we had great food, you know, whatever, when I come back, I still feel, you know, really bad. And it's just that stress. I'm like, I just want to enjoy life. You know, I don't want to have to worry about this all the freaking time. Like, I just want to, you have to first acknowledge that there is a problem. And with me, I know there's a problem. I laugh about it being a problem.
So it's the next step, that's a bit...
that I need to take an action to resolve the problem. So I actually need...
to help the problem at least. Not necessarily resolve it, you know, but
to
contribute somehow to
actually want to get better.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I have friends that are, you know, I see people bigger than me and I genuinely think they're pretty. Like, they're...
I'm an example of that.
I'm
an example of that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you... And, you know, I have a number of friends that... And genuinely, they look so good. So it's not even like I'm just scared of fat in general. It's fat on me. Okay. And like, my sister's bigger than me and I think she looks great. Like, she's tall as well.
Do you also think you overestimate how... So do you think you kind of basically have body dysmorphia?
Yeah. No, I know that as well.
Because I think so many times where I sit down with you, when I see you, you know, when I do see you, we sit down, usually over food, which is ironic.
Over pizza
and pasta and loads of carbs. We sit there, both enjoying our food, catching up, and the topic somehow always comes down to body. It does come down with a remark like, I shouldn't be eating this, or a remark like, I've put on so much weight.
I don't know. I mean, this year I tried. Like, I promised myself I'm really gonna try. Just put it in the back of my mind. Like, even if it's there, it's fine. Yeah. But not be so obsessive about it. So like, not count calories. Try and exercise. Try have 3 healthy meals. Yeah. I think it's the calorie counting as well, constantly in my head.
I have quite a few friends that do that very obsessively. They're like, yeah, so I have to have this much. I've had 385. Got this many to go. Let me split it. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, like I would write it in my notes. I would check something and I would write it and then I would add it up at the end of the day. Like, I mean, it's not as bad now. Now I'm like, generally, I'm like, okay, 150, about 150 calories. That plate of rice probably had 300. Okay.
What do you think's changed? From being extremely obsessive, having quite a very severe eating disorder, to now, I mean, still having an issue with body image, and even if it is a big issue, but it's something that you're not at least inflicting direct harm, like using laxatives or vomiting. What do you think has changed? What's caused that change?
I think I'm just getting older.
Okay. And I mean, it's true, with age you become more accepting.
I think I'm just getting older and I'm just like, sooner or later I need to fix myself. Like, I think and I've become more patient as well. Like, when I was younger, I was just like, I need a result right now. Like, I need to do this. Like, I was crazy about it. And I think, I don't know, like, generally, my mum says this, that I have like an extremism in me. Like, when I love something, when I do something, I really am obsessed with it. So I think, from what I understand, that this thing was kind of like when it was at its peak, it was at its like highest phase, and it's still in me, but it's just not at its peak anymore. So
you think it's naturally kind of wearing off a little bit? It's
kind of wearing off, and I'm hoping that it wears off. But the thing is, you have good days and you have bad days.
Sure, yeah.
Like,
you're gonna have blips in the process. You just have, it's a lot. It's really stored, like, in you. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
I think it's become part of me. Honestly,
but I think it generally is a full-on phobia. Because it is the thing, if you're so scared of putting on that weight, it's a bit like me and thinking, I cannot put any more weight on. Like, it's a genuine fear. But I'm also scared of relapsing into a disorder.
Yeah.
So I'm also there like, I want to lose weight, please do it healthily, because we cannot
Yeah,
go
I
back
think-
into starving and binging. We
Yeah.
cannot go back, because for me those years were horrible.
Yeah.
Were horrible, because I was sitting there and I was obsessed. I was there and I was like, I cannot eat this. I was starving, and it's just, I don't want to go back into that.
Yeah. I think you're way more self-disciplined than me as well.
I think I'm self-disciplined, but I also think that in me, I have this, I grew up with my dad just using the word fat so much that I hate the word in itself.
Okay.
It was like, she's fat, he's fat, you're fat. It's like, and I just hate it. I hate the sound of it in my ears. Yeah, I hate it. Honestly, it really rubs off on me.
Yeah.
I mean, an example of how I don't think it's self-discipline. I think it's, I like to try to confront things, and sometimes that ends well, and it can also end really badly with like, okay, this is a lot of trauma. How do I address it? In terms of like, it's small things like, I never used to. So I have like a male friendship group, and I was so uncomfortable eating in front of them.
Yeah.
I was so uncomfortable, like they can't see me eat.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm eating, they're going to think, look at how fat Sara is, and then she's going to eat in front of us. Oh, that's disgusting. That was the thought process I had in my brain.
Yeah.
I was like, they're going to look at me and think I'm so disgusting by eating food if I'm already so big.
Yeah.
And then one time I was like, no, Nando's, let's go to Nando's. I was like, yeah, let's
Okay.
go. Perfect. Went to Nando's. I'm enjoying my meal, and I'm like, just don't think about it. Don't think about it. They're not thinking that. And it's hard. And God knows if they were thinking it. They probably weren't, because everyone's like in their own bubble. Like, why would you sit there and think, why is your friend eating? I've never thought that.
Yeah, I've never thought that either.
But I think when you do have like a disorder of your body image and disorder of eating, these things are big, and they do affect friendships, I think.
Yeah.
I think even like my best friend, she lost a lot of weight, and I remember thinking like, wow, now she's lost the weight, I'm the only big one in the friendship
Yeah.
group. Like, I'm now the big one.
Yeah.
And that kind of feels a bit like I'm like the massive wardrobe that appears like at an event. It's like, look, tiny girls, and then there's me.
Yeah.
And then realizing that no one else sees it that way. Like that's just how I view myself, and that's a phobia that I have of being big.
Yeah.
Which is why I see models that are big, and I'm like, oh, like that's disgusting. Even if I can relate to it, I'm like,
gross. Yeah.
But it's sad. It's just,
It's really sad.
it's. I think it's hard, because how would you actively combat that? I mean, I follow a lot of big models. I love what they're preaching. I love it. I want to love myself more. I want to really appreciate my body more, not hate my body so much. I don't think that you manage to quieten yourself down just naturally, though. I think you have to dedicate time, right, to confronting it.
Yeah.
But would you ever in your near or distant future consider going to speak to someone professionally about it?
See, I would.
Honest, yeah.
I am open to the idea.
Okay.
Like, I think when I hit my birthday, recently I turned a year older. And
what a surprise.
And I was not very happy about it, because I just wasn't happy with like my personal like evolution,
development
and whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this isn't go. And I thought like, maybe I need professional help, because 10 years something is not right. Like, if it was gonna fix itself, it probably would have by now. But then again, like this stuff is so expensive. If it was more available, then I would definitely be open to it now. Like, yeah. I think the stigma around therapy and like professional help has like decreased a lot, and that's really good in recent years, because a lot of people are open about going to therapy and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just still the availability is quite hard. Like, we're talking like £60 a session if you do it privately.
Yeah, that's what I was paying.
As a student, it's like, shall I prioritize these genes, or shall I go?
True. I remember I was working and I was thinking like, I've literally worked a full day shift for 1 hour of therapy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is for sure.
So,
I think, I don't know, for me it's like, there are certain things that I know I just don't want to carry in the next decade. I don't want to carry when I have kids. I don't want to carry into or pass it on to my kids. That's also a worry, and that's something that I think like weight can really carry. When you become so weight obsessed, we then have kids and we inflict that on them, because then we'll be obsessed for them. You're putting weight on, time to lose weight, and then they're going to come, and it's a cycle.
It's a cycle, yeah.
And I think it's horrible to think that we're going to bring in that generational trauma into our kids.
Yeah.
That's why I asked. I mean, it doesn't have to be now or next year. It could be in 10 years. You're like, you know what? I actually kind of need to confront.
confront
it.
I really want to, but I'm just like, that commitment. That, and again, I'm talking a lot on this, but I'm really comfortable with people that I'm really comfortable with.
Yeah.
So like my close friends, my mum and I have spoken about it as well. But I still think that she doesn't really get the extent of it. Like, she's like, it's okay. Like, you look good now. Like, because obviously she's not from the same. Like, she hasn't lived in the same society as me. She was brought up somewhere different. So she doesn't really understand the severity of having bad mental health. But in the future, or in the near future, if I can afford it, I would love to get this problem permanently fixed.
I I think sometimes it's like just being really brave. Like, I've worn crop tops not feeling like wearing crop tops before, and I was like, oh,
Really?
like, yeah. And I just wear them, like, yeah, just force yourself in the situation. I was like, yeah, just wear it. If you're uncomfortable, good. Feel the discomfort and then be okay with it.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes me, I have to force myself into the discomfort zone and to then be okay with it. Which I don't know, it can help, not help, I don't know. For me, it does. And then now, like, actively trying to actually lead a healthy lifestyle, and binging for me is a fight every day. So now when I go to the supermarket, I avoid all the aisles that I used to buy binge food from. I want to buy chocolate, you're not buying it. Just I can't walk through the aisle. That made a big difference. When I started to understand that these foods are literally made for you to then become ill, and companies benefit from putting crap into your system because you then become ill. Then you need drugs, and you have to pay for the drugs. Like, especially in countries like America, where where they don't have the NHS. That link there is established, and it's disgusting to think that people are benefiting from us getting ill. Think about it. When you go to a supermarket, what's the first food that's on offer in front of you? It's definitely not like, oh, strawberries and healthy milkshakes. How much is a naked smoothie?
Like £2 something.
On offer.
Yeah.
On offer. Like, it's like £2.89, £3, not on offer. Why would I buy that when I can buy three packs of like 4 sneaker bars, £3?
Yeah.
So it's like it's realizing these things and thinking like, I'm not going to be a guinea pig. I'm not going to have that. And so now I think it's generally just trying to be conscious, trying to be really like, okay, you're allowed to have chocolate, but you have to have one, Sara. You can't have 10. One. Because otherwise I'm not reaching the age of 45 with like walking well and like not having knee pain and back pain and stuff like that. So it's generally that. And I think my skin was a big thing with the food. When I started to really want clearer skin, your diet is the first thing that was affecting that. I stopped binging and stopped eating so much crap. And my skin, was looking a bit better. No, yeah.
I
think it's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I think yours was like a cycle of like between starving and binging, whereas I think mine was just like more towards body dysmorphia. So if I starve, I can see myself getting skinny. Like I can feel
I never had that.
my face getting hollow. Like I can like I just have these weird ass sensations in my body where I'm like, wow, I feel like my chin's sticking out more. Like it was weird stuff like that. And I think to combat that, I just need to try feel good in every state that I'm in. So
even if that is, do you know what that is? Even if that is, I mean, this is something I've just started doing now in 2020. But in my bathroom, above my mirror, I've stuck this little mantra that I have to repeat to myself every time I wash my hands and dry my hands.
Yeah.
And initially when I heard of this, routine, I was like, oh, that's so stupid. Like, I'm not going to go and type out something and stick it on my bathroom wall. Yeah. But it's helping.
Is it?
Genuinely.
Okay.
You can go read it when you wash your hands today. And just reading that, it helps because you're saying something, you're repeating it, your brain's listening to it, and you eventually start to believe it, which is so weird, like the whole like brain and how the brain works.
Yeah, it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind.
But like I'm actually trying to rewrite a CD. That's my metaphor. Trying to like get the CD of being so fat phobic, of being so conscious and over conscious, also being so basically trying to fix my relationship with food and my body because they come hand in hand. And trying to rewrite that is hard work, but I feel like something that we have to both achieve.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
we will. I've got hope in us.
Yeah, I feel like the fact already that you've sat here and you've opened up about it, like I know it's something that we probably never had a long conversation about.
Yeah, no, never. It's always like we know it's there and we both laugh about it, but we just kind of tuck it under the rug. Like 100%, okay, 100%. So it's good to get it out of our systems.
Yeah, and I think we've really come there, acknowledged it, and now we're going to address it.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to definitely say as well is that obviously in this, like, well, we've gone over.
56.
But I'm gonna cut out some stuff. Even if it's like 45, it's fine. But the one thing I want to say is that obviously eating disorders, there's a spectrum, there's a variety. We've just come and spoken about our personal experiences with an eating disorder, and no way, shape or form are we saying that it's the right way to go, endorsing it or promoting it, or we're just speaking about it and trying to explain our perspectives and experience of it. What would be the one thing I think that you would change when you were younger, or now after this conversation? What's the one thing that you think, okay, this kind of stuck with me?
I think the fact that you said like we have to rewrite that CD, because I always knew that it's deeply etched in me. It's just that, do I want to put that effort in to kind of that hard work to kind of redo everything? I mean, to some extent, I actually just recently got like a really big mirror in my room, and when before I could not look at myself naked in the mirror, like.
Mate, yep. I do now though.
Same.
And it feels good.
Same.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't feel that great.
Oh, I find it so euphoric. Self-obsessed, maybe.
But it doesn't feel. But I'm hoping that the more I do it, because back when I was young, I couldn't. Like, showering, like I would literally go in covering my eyes. Like I would just be like, I need to
Really?
avoid it
Yeah.
because it would make me physically gag. Like I couldn't see it,
Okay.
and I wasn't even that fat. Like honestly, I think back and I'm like, what the hell? But I think it's just that I need to take a step forward, and maybe I'll start with that. Like I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror.
Yes. Force yourself.
I'm gonna force myself. Sometimes
And
maybe
speak to yourself while doing it. Don't just sit there and just let your mind say to you, you're ugly, you're this, you're that. Don't make yourself be like, I am beautiful. Honestly,
okay, yeah.
Tanya, honestly, it helps.
Okay,
you just
yeah.
stand there and just be like, I am. Honestly,
I'm beautiful.
No,
yeah.
honestly,
Yeah,
like,
no.
when
I will.
I was the same as you. I'd like creep into the bathroom. I'd like not look at myself naked. No. Like it's just a no-go zone.
Yeah.
And I think it was like a year ago while I was at home alone. I was like, I think I had a shower in a good mood. I think I was just walking and I was like, okay. I stood in front of the mirror and I'd never done that before in my life.
Yeah.
And I read this online. Stand in front of your mirror and accept your body naked. And the first thing I thought was, oh my god, look at that flab, look at the cellulite, look at the dip, and there's not, it's not. Then I was like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop telling yourself that you're ugly because you're not.
Yeah.
And I was just there and I was like, no, like look at this, and this is this, and this is that. And the first time I didn't believe it, but then come like the 40th time doing it, I do it so often now. Brushing my teeth, I will literally just brush my teeth topless.
Yeah.
Just to, like look at myself in the mirror and be like, there's nothing wrong with you. You are beautiful, and just saying it and saying it and saying it.
Yeah.
And some days, I'm not gonna lie, when someone gives you a remark like, "Oh, you've put some weight on," that just knocks me down.
Oh, same.
But there are some days where I'm much mentally stronger, which happens to all of us. Again, blips and dips in the process.
in Asian families, their way of calling you fat. Oh, you look so healthy.
Well,
and I'm like, healthy, right?
Yeah.
Basically saying I'm fat. Great, because they just think that fat people are healthy. Apparently,
it's like it's the same when I go to Algeria, and it's like, oh, you look fuller, and it's like, yeah, okay, we'll just go with that. I mean, bless them, they don't understand the severity of saying that.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? Advice for everyone, including us. Please never comment on someone's weight.
Yeah, watch what you say.
Please never comment on someone's weight. They've lost weight, put on weight. Please don't.
Yeah, even losing weight.
Don't.
It made me feel high. It could trigger someone else.
Same. It could trigger a spiral into a severe eating disorder because for them, getting the compliment was the peak of their week.
Yeah.
So please, like, the one thing I'm going to end this episode on is compliments on everything. And obviously if someone like, I remember when I saw you after, I think it was quite a few years, and you had beautiful clear skin, and I was like, Eamon, this is insane, because I remember how self-conscious you were with that period, and then that's a compliment. That's a compliment that deserves to be said, because for you it was an achievement. It honestly was hard work, patience, dedication, years of suffering. You finally, hands down, I was like, insane.
Yeah.
But weight, that's something that can be a scary one to mention, or to say, especially if someone's been ill and so lost the weight through an illness, like, unless you know the person very well. I would just advise not to. But yes, it's been very nice to have you. It's been lovely to discuss. Well, it's been hard to discuss it, I think. Honestly, I think it's hard to bring up such strong experiences and emotions, but we've got through it. Thank you for being so open. Bye
Guys.
Thanks for listening, and catch me on the next episode of Let's Talk About.